Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of She Leads. Today, I am honored to have with me Aditi Gupta and Somya Dada, who are the founders of the startup Gub-Gub, manufacturing healthy snacks for children. Having started their sales in 2024, they have entered a niche market and are steadily establishing a strong presence. To start anything, passion is a key ingredient. And these two women are testament to the fact that if you identify a problem or a need, you can devise effective solutions yourselves. Driven by the love for their wonderful daughters, this is exactly what they did. So without further ado, I want to start by asking Aditi and Somya about themselves and their educational backgrounds.
So, hi Kaira. I'm Aditi Gupta. I have done Masters in Marketing from Warwick Business School, and before that I did my graduation from Jesus and Mary College in Delhi, and my schooling has been from Ludhiana. I've been married for almost 7 years now, and I have a 3.5-year-old daughter. Yeah, that's about me.
Hi Kaira. First, I went to boarding school for my studies, and then I went to London for my higher studies. I did my graduation in strategic marketing, and then after that I worked with a few advertising agencies in Bombay, and then I went on to do this startup called WaveNote, and then I actually shifted to South Africa for a while, and I did Humans of South Africa there. I started Humans of South Africa, and then Gub-Gub.
So how did you start up? How did you identify a gap or a need to start your venture?
So Soumya and I both were pregnant at the same time, and that's how we started talking a lot. And when our kids reached the stage where we had to give them solids or snacks, that's where we were inclined to call for those things from outside of India, because we were not able to find healthy snacking options for our kids in India. So
so even the options that we did find in India were either the nutritional value or the ingredients written behind the labels were incorrect, or they had sugar or preservatives or a high amount of salt, and we didn't want to give that to our children. And even it was really difficult to even find snacks outside of India that were preservative free, that were all natural, and something that we would, without any guilt, give to our child. So that's how we thought that, maybe we could develop something that would be all of those things.
Okay, and how did the both of you meet?
So our husbands have been friends since childhood, and so they are the common link between us.
Yeah, so we've known each other for a while, but we started talking a lot more once we got pregnant. And when you are pregnant and someone else is also pregnant, and you're on the same boat, so you have a lot of anxiety and questions, and you look to each other for support. And mostly I was the one with the anxiety, and Aditi was the one with the support, because she is an extremely calm person. So that's how we got talking. And
And when you decided to start your business, so the first thing is the name. So how did you come up with the name?
So actually that's a very interesting thing. We wanted to name it Num Num, right?
Yeah.
So then we couldn't get that. So we started thinking, and we said something that a child can say without much effort. So then we landed on Gub-Gub, that, how we tell a child that Gub-Gub karke kha jao when they're eating something. So everybody really liked it. We really thought that that's something that'll click. Yeah. So that's how we decided that let's go with Gub-Gub.
So something that's easy for them to ask for.
Yes.
Okay. The next thing I wanted to ask you is about the steps you followed from the ideation stage to finally starting your sales. So how did your journey look like? How difficult or easy was it? So the true situation.
So nothing has been easy until now. I say this to Aditi every time, that every time we move 4 steps forward, we go 3 steps backwards, which is true of every business. And I think especially one that you're starting from scratch and you know very little about and you're learning every day. But I think it's very important to be open to learning every day and to even, cherish that one step that you ultimately take forward. So yeah, it has been difficult. We went on this journey with a formulator who was with us through it and who helped us develop recipes that were just living in our heads. And we wanted someone who was in the field, who was a professional, who knew how to create it on the machines. So initially we got all the machines from outside of India to test our products and to create samples and batches that we could give to our friends and family and get feedback from and understand if this would work or not.
We've actually consulted a nutritionist to formulate our recipes, like in terms of what flavors will work, what flavors kids like, in terms of nutritional value, which 2 products combined will have a high nutritional value. So all of that, we've actually consulted a nutritionist for it, a child nutritionist.
And what ages do your products cater to?
So it is 12 months plus to 60 years. Like even adults really enjoy our product a lot. So yeah, like our we have roll-ups and melts that are 12 months plus and gummies that are 18 months plus.
Okay.
So right now we have 3 products with different flavors.
Yeah, but mostly our target audience is toddlers and preteens.
Right, and what flavors do you have? Because I happened to see your website and they were really interesting. So you could tell us more about
So we have 3 flavors for roll-ups. We have a guava, we have a mixed berry, and an apple and blueberry.
Okay.
So for roll-ups. And for melts, we have 2 sweet and 1 savory. We wanted to test how the savory flavor does. There's in sweet, we have a pineapple, which is like a pina colada flavor.
Yeah.
And it's the flavor that I think kids love the most. Then again, we have a berry flavor. And the savory is a tomato and basil in melts.
Okay.
Yeah. And our gummies are orange flavored gummies.
Right. And what support did you get while undertaking this journey? Who helped you to get the technical know-how and just support you throughout all of this?
So honestly, support-wise, both our families have been very supportive. Not in technicalities because none of our families are into food. But everything else, how to set up a plant, how to deal with people, and all the challenges, small, like there were times where where we used to share our stories with them that this is what happened, and they used to be like, oh really, this is how food industry works, and they're also learning with us on this. So technicality wise, we hired people who had more knowledge than us in terms of formulation and food market, all of that. Machinery wise,
Machinery wise, we spoke to a lot of people. So all of our machines are really high tech, and not a lot of people in India use those machines. And in food, mostly they're used for pharma. So which is why we couldn't find a lot of manufacturers for them in India. But we did find someone in Gujarat, and so we had them send over an engineer with the machine who taught us how to use it completely. And that's how we started.
Right. And what really interests me is that you manufacture your products yourself. So why did you choose to do that over just outsourcing from other vendors across the country?
So we did want to outsource initially because it is easier. It is less costly to test the market that way, and you have more of an idea of what your target audience wants, and you can autocorrect a lot of times without it being too costly when you're not manufacturing on your own. But we visited a lot of factories that were willing to manufacture for us, and we did not like the hygiene conditions of those factories, and we couldn't in good faith say that our product was, all the things that it is, if we were, outsourcing it from a vendor that we did not fully trust. So, we made our dads in any case were telling us to, to manufacture on our own, to set up a manufacturing facility, because, that's how you build trust, and that's how you don't depend on someone else for a product that is your own. So yeah, that is why we started our own facility.
Right, and did you have to get any quality certifications to start manufacturing?
So yeah, in India, for any food plant or any food brand company, you need an FSSAI certificate, which is Food Safety Standards of India. Which is actually which follows very strict rules and regulations, which you have to comply with. And we have our FSSAI license for our manufacturing facility. And yeah, we've been complying with all its rules and regulations.
And what about your ingredients? Like, where do you source them from? And are you encouraging the agricultural industry of Punjab in any way?
You want to take that?
So initially we wanted to source local, buy local, and it saves on cost, because your transport costs become less, and it also helps you in storage, because you don't have to store large quantities of your raw material, and you can switch flavors, you can launch new flavors easily if you have a local vendor. But we were looking for a local vendor, so all of our fruit pulps have no preservatives, no sugar, no salt, and we did not find a local vendor in Punjab that was complying to all of our needs. All of our raw material right now comes from the south, which I think is the hub for fruit pulp and fruit juices and all of that. For Punjab, it can be a very good industry where we make our own fruit pulp, which is all of those things preservative free and free of sugar, because I think in the coming years there will be a huge market for it, because everyone's become a lot more conscious now about what goes into their body, and
And can you give us an idea about what gives you an upper hand over all of your competitors?
It's mostly, I think, our USP, we would say, is that we are very particular about the quality and what we are putting in the product. We really wanted our product, like, when anybody would pick up the packaging and turn it around to read the ingredients, we wanted it to be a simple list, which is understandable by a common language for people, no scientific names, nothing, with numbers or anything, like simple and easy, where people trust just because they know whatever is written, we are familiar with the ingredient.
And we're okay for our child to ingest those ingredients.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the simplest of things like fruit juice, and it says 100% fruit juice, and everyone's saying label padega India and all of that. So if you just turn that around, it's not 100% fruit juice. There are tons of things in it put to stabilize it, and just make it stay on the shelf for a lot longer than it could if it didn't have those things. But so we didn't want to do that. We wanted to have a clean and a very easy to read ingredient list, which every mom could read and just be guilt free when they give those snacks to their kids, because that's what we wanted to do with our kids.
Yeah.
And also, since you were into marketing before, like you have an educational background in marketing, so how have you chosen to market your product, and how has social media played an important role in it?
So right now we are doing more of online, and through Instagram, we are doing influencer collabs. We are doing Google ads and all of that.
So right now we're selling direct to consumer, and that is our focus. We do want to go ahead and go to general stores later on, but right now we're focusing direct to consumer, and so we're doing all of our meta performance ads. We've hired an agency to just boost our Instagram and just make it look nice and pretty and show off our products. And we have a collab with our nutritionist who helped us create our products. So all of that is happening. Plus we've done the SEO for the website, and we have Google AdWords going on, and then we are also present on Amazon, and where we are also marketing, and we're also trying to have our products visible to as many people as possible. So that's all we're doing right now.
Right, and what about what was the response when you first started to now, and how many sales have you done?
So we have 13 employees as of now. We have done over, I think, 4 or 5 lakhs in sales in the last 2.5 months. And so initially, we had very high expectations because we thought that the product was filling such a huge gap in the market, and would immediately be accepted by all the moms that are needing it. But that's not how it works. The audience doesn't know us. They don't know our product. They don't know what all goes into the making of our product, and the reason behind why we've made it. So it all takes time, which we are learning to be patient with.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So we had these high expectations in our head because we had so much faith in our product, and we were so happy when we created it that we somehow believed that, oh my God, this will just be like a tsunami in the market. But that was not the reality. It takes time for everyone to adapt to a new thing. So
Also to trust something new that has come into the market, especially if you're giving it to your child. It takes time to understand the messaging, to know more about it, and then we're increasing our sales every month by at least 15 to 20%. So which we're happy with, and
we are getting repeat customers, so which is like a big
so 20% of our customers are repeat customers, which is a very big thing. It is a very big percentage as well. That means the product is being well liked by the kids that eat it and by the moms that have purchased it. So we're very excited about that.
Yes, and also having just started there, how will you ensure that Gub-Gub is in every mother's shopping cart and every grocery store that they go to? How do you plan to scale your business and expand it?
So honestly, we had really big ambitions, and we wanted to be everywhere all at once. But just understanding the business and being in it for the last 4 months, we've realized that you can't speed things up more than humanly possible, and you have to basically go with the flow a little bit, because we're also still learning. This is a new field for us, and if we push the accelerator too hard, we might make mistakes that we cannot recover from, right? And because this is a product for children, we don't want to do anything in haste. So we will be there, we will be everywhere, but slowly and steadily at our own pace. And the only thing that we want to do is create a product that is exceptional, and it's a treat for a child.
Yeah, like a product that the child wants to eat and not where they are forced to eat.
Okay. So make it tasty and healthy at the same time. Right. And because you're two women who are doing this, so what advice do you have for other girls like me, other mothers, and even your daughters in the future to make it in the business world?
See, you're doing very well, honestly. But I think if somebody, when you have that thought, honestly, for me, I don't know how it works for Somya. She can tell you. But when it comes for your child, you do have a different passion and a different aggression to go for it. That okay, I want to make it better for my children. So I think for a woman, that is most inspiring. So whenever and if that comes, one should grab onto it. That feeling.
Yeah, like when Arya is sitting on her little car and driving around, she'll be saying, "I'm going to office, like Mama," and that's a really happy feeling for me, because that's what I wanted. That's why we started this, because we wanted to be an inspiration for our daughters. We wanted them to see what it is like, and that, see, when people say women can have it all, no one can have it all. Neither men nor women, no one can have it all. When you try to have it all, you have to make sacrifices. You have to understand the value of the things that you have, right? And obviously, because of how the market is, of how many women are women entrepreneurs, there are challenges that you face when you enter an industry such as ours, like manufacturing, where you have to deal with a lot of vendors, labor, and a lot of people who always think that they know more than you, and and you have to calm yourself down a lot, which I think is important. And I think in business, a lot of times it is expected for you to be calm even when you have been
can't be.
wronged.
Yeah. And we have
Yeah, so we've been wronged
had.
like too many times, and every time that we say something about it, it is always that you can't talk like this, or this is, you don't know what you're doing, or this is no way to behave. And in the beginning, we used to take it very personally, because we would because it happened a lot of times, so we would question whether it was us, if we were making a mistake. But I think it's slowly we realized that it is just a tactic for people to hide behind, and because when you start something new, you have you're a little low on confidence, and it is easy to just
Shake it.
to shake it.
Yeah.
So you have to stand your ground. You have to be calm and patient with people, even when they don't deserve it, and you have to brush off things.
Yeah. Every day is a new day. You
Yeah.
have to come with a fresh mind.
Yeah.
Even if the last day when you went to office was not a good day.
Yeah, you have to learn to take. There's a lot of learning in business, and I tell Ashank, my husband, a lot that I would always think that it's not that difficult. Like, anyone can go and start work, and you just have to follow certain steps that we've learned in school and college, and it'll all be done. But it is not that. The ultimate education, I think, is dealing with people.
Practicality.
Yeah, and learning how to not take things personally, to understand the value of the person who's standing in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, it's so inspiring, because to people in my own neighborhood who started with all of this, and you are live examples of what I one day hope to be. And it's just that you have taught me that when I find a problem or something that is just not right in my environment, I shouldn't just accept that it's a problem and wait for somebody to come and make it better. I should take a challenge head on and try to find out what I can do about it until the problem ceases to exist. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to interview both of you, and I have so many hopes for where your business will go, and I am obviously your number one supporter.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for letting me know that even I can dream big and achieve big things.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kaira.
Thank you.
Thank you.